Man, Son of God, welcome. In this case, all of you are members of the jury, which means all of you would decide this case. And I mean all of you. Both sides, present your case.
Thank you. Members of the jury, I won't pretend any innocent here. Because you all seated here have seen people like me before. But before you judge me, I must make you understand the reason why people like me fall. Sometimes it is not rebellion. It is just because I'm human. I have flesh and I have blood and veins inside of me. I lied when the truth was easier. I chose myself when others needed me most. I knew the good and I turned away. But tell me, who among you seated here has not done the same? It is the thief that is being caught that is adjudged the criminal. You judge me because my failures are visible. Because my sins are open to everyone to see. But is it my fault? No! Like I said, I'm human. I sinned because I was afraid. Afraid of the little that I had. Afraid that I would be rejected. Afraid that if I tell the truth, everybody will judge me. Fear makes me coward of good intentions. I sinned because I was hungry. Not just for bread, but for love. And most importantly, for power. I sinned because I was tempted. Have you all seated here seen those curvy daughters of Zion? Hair very long and red lipstick. No. You all should not tell me that I'm the only one on this. No. Everyone has done it before. I've sinned sometimes because I want to. You know why? Because temptation is sweet sometimes. So if he stands here to condemn me, let him explain the reason why there is temptation in the first place. I am guilty. Accuse me. I've lied. I've fornicated. I have pride in me. I'm greedy. I've talked bad about people behind their back. I've done the worst that you all here can think of or imagine. Why did you bring me to earth in the first place? But wait. What is the place of mercy and grace in all of this? I rest my case.
Members of the jury, you've heard man made his confession. He states that temptation, weakness, fear, desire led him into darkness. But before you go ahead to pass judgment, and decide on a verdict, I want you to listen to the story of the one that stands beside him. I left my enthroned position in heaven, came down to earth, without mercenaries and emissaries, without armies and chariots. I walked amongst the poor, the needy, but the world did not accept me. The proud called me foolish. The rich called me clueless. The high and mighty hated my guts. The world hated me. But this does not stop me from working miracles. I healed the blind, the deaf, caused the mute to speak, made the lame walk. I even raised the dead. Yet the world did not accept me. One of my friends, one that I called dear, denied me 3 times. He denied ever knowing my existence. Another one I called friend betrayed me, sold me for the price of a slave, sold me for the cost of bread. But that still did not deter me from showing my love. I stood alone before courts that already decided my guilt. I was stripped naked. I was thrown to the floor, beaten, smitten. I was hit with clubs, with swords, with spears, sticks, and stones. I was spat on. I was slapped. I was dehumanized, brutalized. For every time the whip touched my skin, it took a part of my flesh. Yet, I stand here not to accuse him. I stand here as witness and advocate. Because judgment without mercy destroys the very people he seeks to correct. So when he complains about weakness, I understand weakness. When he complains about fear, I understand fear. When he complains about temptation, I was tempted. When he complains about desire, I understand desire. I have seen the weakness of men better and clearer than anyone sat in this room. But still, I do not condemn him. For every time the nails pierced through my skin, for every time I carried the cross of my execution, I was nailed on that high mountain. Even when I was expected to show love and compassion and empathy, with the blood dripping down my skin, I still looked down and I said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know the enormity of what they were doing. Of course, he says, if perfection were to be the standard, everyone here would stand beside him. Yes, he's right. But the question is not whether judgment should always end with punishment. It is whether, if in the face of judgment, mercy and redemption should be considered.
Members of the jury, now the jury must decide. Is man defined forever by their failures or by the possibility of redemption? Before we decree the charge and the penalty, what is the verdict? Is the accused guilty or not guilty? I can't hear you. Is the accused members of the jury? Is the accused guilty or not guilty? I can't hear you. Members of the jury, is the accused guilty or not guilty? Members of the jury, is the accused guilty or not guilty? I can't hear you. Members of the jury, based on the unanimous decision, the accused have been found guilty. I hereby sentence him to wait.
Let the sentence fall on me. Let he who has bore the cost bear it once again. But always remember all that I did for you. For each time you delve into immorality and you make sin your abode and habitat, you crucify me all over again. You deepen the wounds. You reopen the scars. But yes, I'm willing to carry the sentence all over again.
Oh, why still defend me in all of this?
So that man can become a better version of himself. So that man can be better than what he already is. Because judgment is not always about punishment and destruction. Judgment is about restoration.